And we are back with one of the toughest and I think less acknowledged facts of the business world, which is how much of an impact you actually have as a leader. Because when I first started hiring, I knew I had the right people. I knew that I had an amazing service. I knew we had a business model that worked. But for some reason, these things just didn't catch on at first. And I had my first hirings and I thought that why are things just not happening? And why does these people not get the vision and put in the idea and all of these things? And what I didn't know and what I didn't figure out was that we had a huge progression in the beginning when they got hired in the first 6 months, a year maybe. And what happened was that the progression that they experienced, the learning curve and the hype that we had and that I had as a leader for pushing declined. And I kept saying, let's go and let's see the future and push this and do this. And I'm this great leader. I'm amazing. And I was great with clients, but I wasn't good and it is really a job. People say that it's like a skill you can learn. It is a fucking full-time job knowing how to manage people. And you can have a great product and great things if you don't communicate it correctly, if you don't put in the right systems, if you don't structure it, the messy brain of yours is just not gonna resonate with the other people. And that's what I experienced. That I had all these great things. I just had a tough, and I didn't have a tough time communicating it. And the clients could see how much I could do and who I could talk to, and these amazing people. The thing was, and the issue was that I wasn't managing it as a leader. I was still managing it as Asger, someone who was the front and doing the things with the clients, which meant that they didn't get that progressive curve. And as an excuse for, and as my excuse was that everything was moving so fast and my progression just was exponentially faster than the employees, which meant that I felt like I had to push for the progression and ahead of the curve, which meant that I was pushing, which meant I didn't use enough time on the employees, which meant that they felt more behind. And what I hoped that they could progress by themselves just didn't happen in reality. And I really had to sucker punch myself and say that the job that I had previously and me myself in this role just can't work together anymore. If I want to scale, if I want to do these things, I have these amazing people and I know they're amazing. I'm just not using them and the systems that we have at our hands correctly. I didn't. And what I did was that we had a huge conversation one day. We went through everything, and I said, I am so sorry for what you may have felt and all of these things. And we are the future. We are the front runners, and we are all of these things. But we also have to feel like everyone is involved with that and everyone is pushing into that. So let me hear from you everything and everything that you feel like are not working, where we're lacking, what I can do, and what you can do. And for start to open that up for people to acknowledge it and to be open about it, even though I know they trust me and they can say everything, they might just don't like know what they actually, like, how far can they actually go? Or I wanted to sort of initialize and inspire them a little bit. So I said, for example, a few things that I mind is that I sometimes take over something that you're doing, which take ownership away from you, because basically what I am saying, as you might feel, or what you might be feeling, is that I'm saying that you're not good enough to do this job, or your way of thinking or doing this is not good enough for the client. And I understand that feeling, and that is actually maybe what I'm doing. In my head, I'm acknowledging it by saying that, oh, we want to work overhead at least for the time period, so we can also have the structure and the quality of service while doing it. What I should be doing instead, if that is something is not working, and I know you have the idea, we should have a conversation so you can learn it instead of me just taking over. That means you have more ownership. You feel like you're having a client, it's your client, you take responsibility when something is happening, you want to do it. And when you want to do it and it feels your client, you want to involve with the client, which means that you want to learn and all these things. And it sounds like a fucking small thing, but fucking trust me, sorry for the language. When we did this and we pushed it, and the employees knew that I was committed, because I might have said it before a little bit, like, hey, yeah, let's do this, and we did it, but they didn't really see the whole progression. I still wrote a little bit over them. This time, I deleted Slack, I did everything, moved it ahead, and trust me, the first day, they might have been like, I'm not sure, is he coming, is he not? When they knew I wasn't coming, and the setup was there, and when something was there, they knew they could ride, and they started using each other. Every fucking thing in this business exploded completely. And I think that is something that not a huge or a ton of leaders these days is really willing to understand, because there's so many amazing employees and amazing people with great expertise and are so fucking good at what they're doing. The leadership is so fucking bad. And there is really something to the idea that B and C businesses are run by D and E people, and like A and B businesses are run like C and B people, like leaders, and that is just so true as well. I have something on that for another video, but that is really just what I wanted to say today, is really understand your impact, your setup, and be brutally honest with yourself. The same as you tell the employees to be. Be brutally honest. Go through everything, what you do, what you may be wrong, and what you might have them feeling. Because, for example, when I took over for some clients, I wrote something. I felt like I was helping them because they were stressing, and we needed to do that for the client to get the service and everything. But what I was really doing unintentionally and to them was saying, you're not good enough. Don't take ownership. And Asger is going to come in and take over is something with somebody can probably, you know what, I know Asger is going to come. So I was really paralyzing the whole setup. And that is really wanted something that I can really say to everyone, business out there. Take your time, go through it, and hopefully that will help some people out there get some better employees and move their business even further.